Phil Borges's exploration of indigenous cultures provides a profound understanding of the interconnectedness of mental health practices, spiritual well-being, and community involvement. In these cultures, mental health issues are not seen as isolated afflictions of the individual, but as matters affecting and involving the entire community. Borges notes, in many indigenous cultures, mental illness is seen as a crisis of spirit, often involving community and spiritual practices for healing. Shamanistic practices are deeply embedded in communal life, ensuring that the individual's spiritual health is nurtured within a supportive context. This holistic approach, where shamanistic mental health practices, holistic spiritual well-being, and community involvement coexist and support one another, forms a robust mental health framework. Each element strengthens the others, creating a synergistic relationship that fosters overall well-being. In contrast, the Western approach often fragments mental health into biochemical processes, isolating patients from their cultural and communal context. Borges points out that this approach often leads to clinical isolation. The Western paradigm fragments mental health into discrete elements, isolating patients from their cultural and communal context. This separation underscores a disconnection within this approach, as the focus on symptoms and clinical isolation fails to integrate the individual's experience within a broader, supportive community framework. Spiritual healing rituals and shamanistic practices involve the community and promote psychological integration. Borges emphasizes that these rituals create a support system where communal involvement reinforces the healing process. Shamanistic rituals often involve the whole community, creating a sense of psychological integration and support that reinforces the healing process, he notes. The cycle of spiritual healing rituals leading to psychological integration, which in turn is reinforced by communal support, illustrates how each element strengthens the others, providing a holistic and supportive environment for mental health. This interconnected approach ensures that the individual's psychological well-being is achieved through collective rituals, reinforcing the holistic nature of shamanistic healing. Reliance on pharmaceuticals without addressing the underlying psychological and social issues often leads to fragmented treatment and a lack of support, Borges observes. This approach, which fails to address the underlying psychological and social issues, perpetuates a cycle of fragmentation and isolation. The reliance on medication without comprehensive support can exacerbate feelings of disconnection, illustrating the disjointed nature of this mental health care approach compared to the integrated methods found in shamanistic practices. Shamanic healing not only transforms the individual but also strengthens the bonds within the community, Borges explains. He emphasizes that shamanic practices have a causal relationship where individual healing contributes to the well-being of the community. This process highlights the holistic impact of shamanistic practices, where the individual's journey of transformation is intrinsically linked to the health and cohesion of the community. The comprehensive nature of shamanic healing underscores its potential to create a positive feedback loop, benefiting both the individual and the community. Without shamanic intervention, individuals often struggle to grow personally and may become socially isolated, Borges states. Borges points out that the absence of shamanic practices can lead to a lack of personal growth and social isolation. The reversion cycle illustrates how critical shamanic practices are in fostering personal development and social integration. Without these practices, individuals may find it challenging to achieve personal growth, resulting in increased isolation and disconnection from the community. In shamanistic traditions, personal and communal rituals harmonize to create a state of integrated spiritual health, Borges explains. These traditions create a synergistic relationship that fosters a cohesive mental health framework. The integration of personal and communal elements ensures that spiritual health is maintained and reinforced through collective practices. This harmonious relationship between shamanistic practices, personal and communal rituals, and integrated spiritual health demonstrates the holistic nature of shamanistic healing. Conversely, Borges argues that the lack of communal and spiritual practices can lead to a disconnection from spiritual health and increased mental health issues. The absence of these practices exacerbates mental health problems, underscoring the importance of communal and spiritual involvement in maintaining mental health and well-being. The dissonant cycle shows how the lack of integration between these elements can lead to increased feelings of isolation and mental health challenges. Borges also makes the case that shamanistic diagnosis leads to interventions that involve spiritual, psychological, and community healing processes. These elements work together to create an integrated approach to mental health. The diagnosis not only addresses the individual's needs, but also incorporates community support and spiritual practices, ensuring a holistic healing process. This convergent relationship illustrates how shamanistic practices provide a comprehensive and supportive framework for mental health. Isolated psychological treatments in Western materialism often fail to address the spiritual and communal aspects of mental health, leading to fragmented care, Borges concludes. The lack of spiritual diagnosis and community healing processes results in incomplete and less effective treatment for mental health issues. The divergent relationship highlights the disconnection and fragmentation that can occur without an integrated approach, contrasting sharply with the holistic methods seen in shamanistic practices. Phil Borges's insights into shamanistic practices and Western materialism provide a rich foundation for understanding the complexities of mental health treatment. By applying a triadic framework, we can see how shamanistic practices offer a more integrated and harmonious approach to mental health, emphasizing the interconnectedness of spiritual, psychological, and communal elements. In contrast, Western materialism's focus on individual symptoms and pharmaceutical treatments tends to create a more disjointed and isolated form of care. This analysis underscores the importance of integrating spiritual, psychological, and communal elements to create a robust and effective mental health framework, offering valuable insights for developing more comprehensive and effective mental health treatment strategies.